10 pranks that went terribly wrong. Number 10. Faked robbery. 3 young friends living in Israel figured it would be a good idea to pull a massive prank on a friend who worked in a mall kiosk. The 3 friends donned masks and toy guns and robbed the kiosk worker of $1,000. They later returned to give back the money and reveal the joke, but the police arrested them instead. Even though it was all a joke, they were charged with armed robbery. Number 9. Faking a suicide. Randy Wood tricked his ex-wife into believing he had hanged himself from a tree in his yard. In 2004, Wood created a harness complete with fake noose and called her up on the phone. He then got himself into the setup and waited. Now, we're not sure what he thought he'd accomplish with this scheme, but when his ex-wife arrived, she immediately called 911. Wood was fined $1,000 and went to jail for a year. Number 8. Covering a stop sign using cellophane. Seth Stonerock covered a stop sign in Circleville, Ohio. This stupid action led to the death of 85-year-old Mary Spangler and her 81-year-old sister Norma Jean Shea. Shea missed the sign while she drove down the road, and the car collided with another. Stonerock was charged with tampering with a traffic control device, reckless homicide, and involuntary manslaughter. Number 7. Throwing a drink mixed with hot sauce. A group of teens performed a prank called Fire in the Hole on a helpless Subway employee in 2007. The teens ordered a drink, apparently filled the drink with hot sauce, and yelled, "Fire in the hole!" before throwing the spicy liquid at the drive-thru worker. Police charged the teens with disorderly conduct, simple assault, criminal conspiracy, and harassment. Number 6. Throwing eggs at cars. Danny Crawford lost more than a few eggs when he played a prank on passing cars. He also lost his life. The 14-year-old hit a Jeep Cherokee with an egg, and the passenger of the car opened fire in retaliation. Crawford was hit and killed as he tried to get away from the scene. Michael Gross Jr. was charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Number 5. Pretending to be kidnapped. A 13-year-old girl decided to make an innocent drive with her dad a little interesting. While he was at the wheel, the girl held a sign that read, "Help, I'm being kidnapped." The dad had no idea what was going on, but an off-duty Spanish Civil Guard officer spotted the sign and took action. Nobody was hurt, but the parent did end up with a gun pointed at his head. Both father and daughter were allowed to leave after the girl admitted it was a prank. Number 4. Calling the president. In 2007, 16-year-old Vifil Atlason called the White House, claiming to be President Olafur Ragnar Grimsson of Iceland. He managed to get through the security questions by looking around Wikipedia, and President Bush's secretary actually booked him for a phone meeting. Alas, it was not meant to be. Somebody caught on to Atlason's scheme, and the police showed up at his home. Number 3. Playing an April Fool's joke. On April Fool's Day in 2013, Waffle House employee Suzanne Alexandria Tinker called police about a robbery. After talking to her fellow employees and checking surveillance footage, it was discovered that nothing had actually happened. It was all a hoax. Tinker was charged with 1 misdemeanor count of falsely summoning the police. Number 2. Serving a laxative-spiked cake. Teachers at a Brooklyn high school were elated when some students offered them homemade cake. Unfortunately, that cake was laced with Dulcolax tablets. 2 staff members ended up at the hospital, and 3 others got sick. The seniors behind the terrible joke were suspended and barred from graduation. Number 1. faking a hostage situation. A 19-year-old boy, Chris Shelby, decided to call the cops one day. He claimed to be Sergeant Joseph Ramirez, who had just come back from a tour of duty in Iraq. He told the officials that he came home to a cheating wife who took the kids and shot a hostage. He also stated that he had 3 Marines as additional hostages and locked himself in a house with them. The roads were closed off, and the owners of the house were confronted, and young Chris was soon arrested. Thanks for viewing. Subscribe for more.